Hello, and welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica, and this show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to work on. Happy Monday. It is the 20th of September, which is insanity. We are almost to October, and I'm super excited. And I'm super excited today to be telling you my process of how I handle my workflow from getting an order to working on the order and finishing the order. I'm going to share that with you real quick. Before we get started on that, make sure if you haven't already, checked out A VO's Journey Elite Academy. This is a learning academy that we started. We do 4 live sessions a week, and one session is on voice acting, one is on production, one is on marketing, and one is on business systems. And we have 4 different coaches, and we meet Monday through Thursday. And it's a great way for you to learn, especially if you're just starting out as a voiceover artist or you're just getting into it and you're trying to learn how to grow. This is a wonderful, wonderful place for you to check out and to really get with a community that's like-minded and learn how to really boost your voiceover business. There'll be a link below. You can also check that out at avosjourney.com. Okay, so let's talk about workflow. I get asked this question a lot, and I think it's a fantastic question. What exactly is my workflow from beginning to end? So first off, I want to say that I judge a lot of the time based on how much work I have, right? So the busier I get, the more time, of course, I put out that it takes for me to do a job. Does that make sense? And actually, I learned that lesson from, now, of course, it sounds like common sense, but when we're working and work comes in or something like that, we're like, yeah, let's pump it out because everybody wants 24-hour delivery or sooner. And, we should always try to do our very best and quickest too. But there's a point where we got to look and we got to say, hey, listen, this is this schedule is not working, or I'm just too busy. We need to push it out. And when I was doing lots of audiobooks, that's exactly what happened to me. Is I had to push out my work, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, based on how much work I had in the queue, because I didn't want to tell people, oh, I can't accept any work right now, right? Instead I wanted to tell people, okay, well, I can't accept any work right now, but I will move forward, with 2 weeks further for delivery so I can finish this job. So that's the first thing, judge based off of how much time, how much work you have. I like to look at it as supply and demand. If you're super busy, you need to push out your time limit. But after you set your time, whether it's 24 hours, 48 hours, 3 days, whatever, okay, the first thing I do when I receive a job, all right, is I always send a communication. Thank you very much for, working with me. You can expect, I tell them when they can expect delivery. And then I say, I'll review, make sure I review this and the directions. And if I have any questions, I'll let you know. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, sincerely, Anthony. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll send that communication right away. As soon as I receive a job, I want to acknowledge, that I've received the job, and I want them to feel, like they, that there's somebody there actually getting the work. Second thing is, after that, right before I go to work on the actual work, I will send another communication saying, hey, just letting you know I'm getting started on this work. I should be done in X amount of time, however much time I think it's going to take me to finish the project. And I just wanted to let you know, and thanks so much. You know what I mean? I just want to set another communication. So part of my workflow is all based around customer service. Okay, because I know that if we have a good workflow and good customer service, we are going to have repeat business. And that 80-20 rule always lives on. The more, repeat business you have, the better, the more stable your business is going to be. So anyways, I send that communication, and then I get started on the work. Now, as I get started on the work, I read the directions, I read the script, depending on how long the script is. Okay, if it's a massively long script, thousands and thousands of words, I might not have time to read the whole thing. But if it's a shorter script, I'll definitely read through it to get an idea of what we're doing here and look at the directions. Once that happens, I get into my booth, I hit the record, and I record. I do my very best, okay, depending on how big the script is, to do one take and to not have to start and stop and start and stop. Now, this has happened over time with me getting better reading out loud without messing up. You know what I mean? I still mess up like anybody else, but, I've gotten a lot better at not stopping. Does that make sense? So, I usually do 3 reads if it's under, 100 words, so that the customer gets some, different samples or whatever, options, to choose from. But then once I'm done with that, the way I have my flow set up is that my interface, I use the Apollo Twin. And because of that, I use a free plugin that goes with the Apollo Twin that allows me to EQ and compress my work as I record. So it's doing it in pre. All right. So it's it's pre-recorded so that when I am talking, it's actually compressing it, it's actually EQing it, so that when I'm done recording, all I have to do is push one button on my keyboard that I have for my cleanup, which I have about 3 different things. I've got a mouth declicker, a voice, the spectral voice to noise or whatever, and maybe a little boost, to the overall volume. And that's basically it. I come back to my editing station, so I record in there, hit the button in my booth, walk out of my booth, sit down here, look at my audio, and basically, if there's any overly big breaths or anything like that, or there's some extra pauses here or there, I will remove those. But then I save it as a WAV file. I use an external hard drive. All right, and I save all of that. You can use cloud or your computer, but that'll eat up a lot of space. Since I save WAV files, I have a terabyte external hard drive that I save those files in. I keep them for up to about 6 months. All right, then I get rid of them. Okay, and after that, I will submit the work, send another communication when I submit the work. Thank you so much for working with me. I've included this high quality WAV file for you. Please, if I'm on a website, I'll ask if they wouldn't mind leaving a quick review. Okay, you don't ever tell them to leave a good review or like the type of review, just to leave a review. Because a lot of websites don't like you trying to tell them what type of review to leave, just that you can tell them to leave a review. And then I will send that to them, thanking them. And if they need any revisions, they'll message me back. I'll go ahead. My revisions are basically, $10 per 50 words or something is what I charge now, and depending on the job. The same situation with the revisions. If we go through revision process, if I get the revision from them, I communicate with them, say I got what they needed me to do. Once I get started, I tell them I get started on it. And then once I finish the same process, no matter what I do, whether it's a regular order, it's like someone who orders from me, it's a direct client, it's a client through a website, whatever, you know what I mean? I always follow that order, that workflow. And then at the end, you know what I mean, when we're done, I always make sure that I leave as much feedback that I can for them in places, if there's any to leave, as I would want them to leave from me. All right. And I think that's always really important, right? Because you're also kind of telling them in a way, in what you're doing, what you would really love for them to do for you. So that's my workflow. Hopefully that will help you. It took me a while to, be able to strip down all of the audio and everything to where it's only about 5 or 6 different components, and it's done very quickly. It took me years to get to that point, but hopefully me telling you, and I have done a lot of videos showing this, but I just wanted to tell you my workflow from beginning to end, because I've been getting that question a lot recently, and I thought it would be really helpful for you. So hopefully this kind of gave you a good blueprint, or at least one way to manage out your workflow for your voiceover business, okay? Again, real quick, if you haven't checked out a VO's Journey Elite Academy, check out the link below and hit the like and subscribe button. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. I will talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.